Right now, the break of this very critical resistance seems more and more likely as we are seeing more and more retests of this level. Because like a wise man always told me, the more times you're gonna kick on a door, the more likely the door is going to be actually breaking. And it's exactly the same with support and resistance. So I am going to be diving in towards this, the exact structure on Bitcoin, and of course, why we saw this correction on the Bitcoin price action yesterday. I want to be exactly going in depth about that, how market makers are basically fooling you right now, the very important data that will be getting released tomorrow, and what is for sure going to be having a major effect on the Bitcoin price action, like it always had in previous times as well. So I'm going to be talking about this and so much more on today's update video. So don't forget to once again watch this video till the end. But more importantly, guys, slap off that like button back above 1,000 likes will be highly appreciated. And let me jump straight away in today's update video. So truly, if I am looking at Bitcoin on the daily time frame, there's just one clear level of resistance that, of course, I already on the channel identified all the way back here on the 30th of August. But this level, of course, like you can see, have been previously ranked, provided major support for Bitcoin. And now every single time we've been retesting it for the last 4 or 5 times, we've just seen a major rejection exactly on this level. And yesterday as well, we were trying to be breaking above it, but we were just not able to do so. But of course, the moment where we're going to be confirming the break above this high right here, we're basically going to confirm an inverse head and shoulders pattern on Bitcoin on the 4-hourly time frame, but also we're going to confirm the breakout of this falling wedge pattern, which got a price target on 124,000 US dollars. And of course, basically what we will be doing is, of course, exactly show you that this once again was a liquidity grab, like I also predicted and explained was going to be most likely happening in all those videos before as well. And of course, and to quickly give you some more information about why we most likely had this correction here, it's of course purely because we got this resistance ongoing. But yesterday as well, we got some very important data that the payroll revision came in was minus 900,000, which was a very big record. And due to this, the market took a slight little hit here. Also, we got some more turmoil in the Middle East here because there seems to be an attack in Qatar from Hamas. So yeah, more and more bad things are happening in the world. And of course, this is obviously resulting in the price action to take a slight little dip here. Then looking at the important economic data, which is going to get released tomorrow, we're going to get the core inflation data and of course the regular inflation data. And the forecast is going to be very important to look at. And if it's going to come in lower than the forecast, then we're most certainly going to be seeing a big pump here. But if it's going to come in higher than the forecast, guys, then we are expecting a major correction again tomorrow. So tomorrow, once again, very important day for Bitcoin. And if we're just looking at the data from the last 4 times we got the inflation data, actually the last 4 times we have seen a dip every single time here. And I mean, the last time we got it, it actually marked the top for Bitcoin. So interesting data that, of course, giving an update on my trade, I remain to be in my trade. Nothing changes for me here. Even though we had this slight little correction, I remain to be about $20 million long on Bitcoin and Ethereum. And yeah, I really truly think the structure is still looking very good. The market is looking good. And most likely, we're just going to be seeing a push towards the upside. It seems more and more obvious, actually, the more times we're trying to be breaking above this resistance. So yeah, sell orders are getting cleared. We're constantly pushing up higher with higher lows. So I do think we're ultimately going to be breaking through it sooner rather sooner than actually later. And of course, and also I've got an insane new deposit bonus running starting today for you guys out there that want to be trading as well here, because right now anything you deposit on WeX using that first link in today's video description will not only get a 25% fee rebate, making this the cheapest exchange, but also WeX will match 20% of your deposit as a bonus to trade with. So insane deposit bonus currently running. So make sure to check it out. It is obviously only valid if you sign up an account using that first link in today's video description. So make sure to check it out. Super valuable deposit bonus. And of course, looking at the bigger structure, I still see this major CME gap trading above us. I ultimately think Bitcoin is going to grab this liquidity on the top side where the CME gap lays here. And yes, I mean, I've discussed it many times before as well here, but we are seeing that the M2 money supply is yet again going into a very parabolic move here. And ultimately, we are believing that Bitcoin is going to be following, of course. So things are looking great. Things are looking exciting. Of course, Bitcoin also on the 3-day time frame, but also on the weekly and different time frames as well, is creating a major hidden bullish divergence, which is showcasing us that strength is gathered and that weakness is exiting the market. So very bullish thing what we're also seeing over there. Then, of course, there is some liquidity piling up above us right now around the $114,000 level, which is basically exactly corresponding with this major level resistance in the market right here. Then, of course, for Bitcoin, we're also seeing a daily bullish crossover on the MACD. And yeah, if I see this level right here, which I'm currently looking at, this symmetrical triangle, the only thing I'm worried about is potentially a breakdown. So if Bitcoin is, of course, going to be breaking the uptrend right here, we could still see Bitcoin come down a little bit lower. But ultimately, that would provide us an even bigger opportunity in this market. So yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking at. Still this downward sloping trend line, but most importantly, this very important horizontal level that previously around acted as major support and now acts as resistance. So if we can flip this level, and basically flips the entire sentiment for the entire market for at least the upcoming periods in the market as well here. And of course, if we're going to compare Q4 2024 or Q4 2023, we all created these major patterns, and on the moment it broke out, we saw a big run in towards Q4 here. And if I'm talking also about Ethereum, there is very great development happening in the background. Funding rates are cooling off here. And like you can see here, I've said this so many times before already, but I believe the top on Ethereum and in general in the altcoin market is going to be in whenever we're going to see a spike in funding rate. So whenever people are getting too overexcited, too excited that Ethereum is going to be running so much higher, whenever that is going to be happening, that is going to be marking the top for ETH. And so far, that has not happened yet here. So I remain to be believing Ethereum has the possibility to run higher. And of course, that is why I've still not closed my trade on Ethereum, which is in about $500,000 in profit so far. And I am planning to, of course, make millions with this trade if we are going to be hitting my targets, which are sitting around $6,000, which is only about a 40% move higher from off this point here. So guys, this was it for me in today's update video. This is, yeah, all there is happening in the market right now. And ultimately, everyone is paying attention towards this exact level we are looking at right now here. I mean, I was one of the first ones to talk about this exact level, but now everyone seems to be talking about it. But of course, like I said already 2 or 3 weeks ago, while I, of course, predicted this exact correction towards the downside, guys, don't forget to stay up to date in my private Telegram group here, because if you join it right now in the second link here, you're staying up to date about more and more details about my trades. And of course, if I'm going to be opening up a new trade or something important happens in the market, you will be the first one to know over there. So guys, subscribe to the channel and see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.